Hey guys, and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. I say that as if, it's been forever since I've uploaded, but this is way behind. I know, I could probably catch up. I could probably catch up. Just upload shit on one day, but, for me, it's been a long while since I recorded because Fraps was screwing up, but, very happy to get back. I know I was on with, it was this one. This part, it's not new to me because I watched Nako's walkthrough, but, I'm gonna go through it. It's been a while. And there we go. There. Because I was watching Retsu Pray, and they criticized that. But actually, I want it back. Fuck, cause screw that, because, it just tells me it's recording. Maybe it's updated where it's not showing on the recording. I don't know. But anyways. His dismissive attitude annoys me. It's been forever since I played this, so... He must be the type to really get focused on his work, hating to be disturbed by anyone until he's done, I suppose. While we talked, the sound of Hanako's footsteps as she walks out from behind me reminds me that she's here. I was just going to help with the banner, Hanako and I, that is. Something, god damn it. I need to stop playing with stuff in my hands. Hello. Oh, or hey, I guess that's okay. As soon as Hanako enters the equation, his demeanor takes a complete about face. Sudden fox hospitality is slightly unsettling. Oh right, women. On second thought, this may have not been a great idea after all. Hanako and I grudgingly set ourselves down on the opposite side of the cloth banner to Kenji, noting the several small paint tins on the ground around it. Class 3-2 noodle stall? You guys selling noodles at the festival on Sunday? Yeah, some stalls outside, or something. His non-committal nature sparks a fair amount of suspicion on my behalf. The task at hand comes first, though. So how do you want to split this? We do borders while you do the text, or do you want to switch and do the borders? Text is mine. You do borders. He has surprisingly strong feelings on the topic. He has surprisingly strong feelings on all the topics. As I reach over to grab a brush, I notice Hanako's already debating between colors to use. By the time I've put brush to cloth, she's already started on a delicate pattern. Looks like my idea of taking her mind off everyone around her worked. Well, they're blind, so that's not so bad. With a dark blue stroke, the three of us silently get to work. Not before Kenji takes advantage of Hanako's learning to leap towards me and whisper conspiratorially. Yeah, you guys know. You know by now if you're watching this far, though. Okay, man, why are you here? Hanako just wanted some help to find Lily, that's all. He apparently disapproves of my motivations. I get it. It looks like I misjudged you. You're infiltrating them, aren't you? Going deep undercover. I should have guessed. Letting the truth slip by him would probably be better than outright lying or annoying him in any case. Is that why you're here? Obviously. It sucks, but there's no better way to get intel than going in yourself. We gotta stick together, man. This is a harsh school. A harsh world. Yes, very harsh. He misses my true intention as he leans back, satisfied I'm sympathetic to his cause. I better get down to work. Finished. Looks like I am too. Good job. The two of us connect up the lines of our patterns, mine being as close as a copy as I could manage of hers. With a grunt, I lever myself up from the floor and look around. Aside from Hanako and myself, there's only Kenji left finishing off a sign, as well as Lily and a couple of students talking amongst themselves in the classroom. Looking at my watch, it's no surprise. It's getting pretty late. Excuse me. Need a hand? I offer a hand to Hanako, which she uses to get herself up. As she does, I can't help but glance at her wrist. If her scars extend even to there, just how much of her body was burned. I feel a pang of guilt about it, however, as she quickly covers her wrist with her other hand. Looks good, doesn't it? She looks surprised for a moment before noticing that I'm mean the banner. It does, I guess. That smile! It just melts my heart every time. Her smile shows that she feels a slight sense of pride in the result, just as I do. With the floor significantly neater for the decorations being placed on desks and shelves, it's much easier to get Lily as we cross the room. We finished the banner. I guess that's all that needs to be done. Lily gives an appreciative nod. Thank you, Hisao, Hanako. If there's any way I can thank you. It's fine. Beats sitting in my room studying at any rate. I don't mind either. I'm doing voices, kind of, but it's okay, I guess. No. She nods before suddenly remembering one last person. Oh, is Kenji still here? Just as I open my mouth, Kenji gives the answer from the other side of the room. Yeah, I just finished. He carefully slides his sign onto an empty section of the shelf to dry, before quickly walking past us and out the door. See you, man. Bye. The remaining two students say their goodbyes to Lily before taking their cue to leave as well, leaving only the three of us. Well, I guess that's everyone. I hope we don't have to do anything like that again. Working past school time? Indeed, the class's plans this year were ambitious, maybe too ambitious. The stalls look nice, though. It's that smile. It always brings out, like, the inner good in me. I feel like a better person when her smile comes out. Oh god, hiccups. My goodness. She's right. It shows a lot of work's gone into them. My, I'm sure a lot of us would be glad to hear that. At least now there's not much work to do until the festival itself. It's getting pretty late. Wait. Please ignore my derp. Pretty late. Should we go? She's not stuttering. It's cute. That's probably a good idea. Are you going back to the dorms as well, Hisao? Yeah, I guess I'll tag along. The nighttime lighting really makes the gardens look quite different. Compared to the usual look of lush greenery, things are much more calm. Being that it's so late, the lack of students probably helps. The odd one or two can be seen scurrying to and from dorms trying to eke the most out of their approaching curfews, but no more. All that can be heard is our footsteps, in addition to Lily's cane regularly gently tapping the ground in front of her. It's nice to finally be able to relax a bit after the mad rush during school. Without even noticing it, I let out a small yawn. Tired? Yeah, still getting used to the flow of things, I guess. The thing with Shizune took me kind of off guard, though. I grit my teeth a little at the candid mention to the rather public spat. That said, I do want to sort out what in the world was behind it. Ah, about that. I'm sorry about it being so public. Shizune and I go back some ways. And we already know because we watched Shizune's walkthrough. Or you should have, unless you skipped. In which case you're a dirtbag. Just kidding. Her voice seems slightly irritated as she remembers Shizune, obviously unwilling to discuss it any further. I glanced to Hanako for her views on this, but her expression is unsurprisingly evasive and difficult to read. Either way, I guess her apologizing for it is something, even if my curiosity goes unanswered. I'll be glad once the festival is over, in any case. The change of topics welcome, clearing the thickening air quickly. Alright, let's think of any other buttons. We continue besides clicking. Anyways, I can imagine my old school's festivals were a lot more low-key than this. Yamaku stresses the idea of a school community, so the staff likes to make our festival as such special occasions. And yet, the students are the ones who do the work. What an unfair world. Hanako and Lily both chuckle in agreement, savoring the fact that none of the staff are around to hear our grumbling. I suppose coming from a strict all-girls school helped me a bit with Yamaku. Compared to there, Yamaku is much more relaxed. That'd go away towards explaining her well-bred speech and behavior in any case. As we come up to the dormitories, it eventually comes time to leave for our respective rooms. See you, Lily, Hanako. The two both give polite nods before setting off to the women's dormitory just next to the guys. As is to be expected of such an arrangement, there's a staff member casually patrolling around outside to prevent any nighttime shenanigans. Walking past him, I quickly stretched my arms and rubbed my neck, both quite sore after having worked on the floor for so long before walking to my room. It feels good to actually have direction, though. After so long in the hospital, the everyday facts of studying, homework, teachers seem almost as a blessing. I guess if things continue like this, my time at Yamaku might turn out okay. Adhering to the nurse's nagging voice in the back of my head, I set my alarm to wake me up early enough to go jogging again. I made a promise, and I'm going to keep it. Besides, Emmy is bound to rat on me if I don't show up. It's not all that bad, except for you're not going to be with her. I love the music. I love everything about this game. Everything. I don't know. Anyways. My morning alarm goes off and I flail about uselessly for a while until I remember that I decided to give morning runs another shot. And I know this was the greatest idea, but I'm determined to keep going. This is about my health after and I became Eric Cartman. A horrible Eric Cartman impersonation. Anyways. Sure, things haven't been great lately for me, but that hasn't made existence so intolerable that I'm going to try everything I can to stay healthy. I'm not. Okay. Besides, it's all about asserting some kind of control over this thing, right? If I can manage that, well, I can manage anything. At least that's what I keep telling myself. Once again, it would appear that I'm not alone in my run. Emmy has apparently been here for some time. Looks like she's already worked up a good sweat. Just when the hell does she come down here anyway? Oh, it's you. I'm surprised to see you again. Why is that? Well, not many people actually manage to come back for a second try. She frowned, seemingly annoyed by a passing thought. Just like the rest of the track team, for instance. Still, it was only supposed to be a volunteer basis, so it's not that big of a shock. And I guess it's pretty early in the morning. A shrug, and suddenly it appears she's forgotten what she was talking about. The frown disappears entirely and she seems to snap back to her previous train of thought. So, come on then. What? You're here to run again, right? Well, yes. So come on. I find myself suddenly grabbed and yanked onto the track. Things seem to be set mirroring yesterday's run. That is, I seem to be struggling while Emmy moves with an effortlessness that I find enviable. It's incredibly bothersome to be so easily worn out. I know I should be patient and work towards things gradually, but it's difficult to stay positive about this. We round the track and start on our second lap. Emmy seems to have grown impatient, keeping pace with me, and begins to pull away. This is where I gave out yesterday. Will I be able to do more? Nope. I let Emmy go with her own pace, and she doesn't show mercy, pulling half a lap ahead of me in an instant. I don't blame her. I mean, it's not as if I'm really putting up any real fight out here, is it? Instead, I'm just running at a steady pace, which is what I should be doing, right? There's no need to go pushing my limits at this stage of the game. God, is this even worth it? As we finish the second lap, I break off again. Emmy keeps going, and it almost seems to me that she's disappointed. Well, that's stupid. I don't have anything to prove to her. Come to think of it, I've got nothing to prove to myself, either. I'm getting a drink of water. And what I'm not is a runner. That's probably a bad idea. Maybe there's something else I can do instead of this. Getting up this early sucks anyways. There's gotta be some other way to keep healthy. Walking, maybe. Nice afternoon walks. Yeah, that sounds good. Running isn't for me. I wave to Emmy and head back to my room. I'll think of something else later. Back in my room, the first thing I see is a familiar row of medication bottles lined up on top of my dresser, and it makes me depressed as usual. It's annoying. I thought I was okay. I thought I'd made my peace with this thing, gotten over it. But what I really did, I allowed myself to forget that I have a problem. Being here really reminds me of the reality, and trying to fight against it just hurts. Reflecting on it is going to do so much. Is only going to do so much. I've done this before for months. It seems like it's time to get over it. If I allow myself to forget that my life is definitely not going to be as long as those of others, I won't get anywhere. My life may be different from others, but it is a life in progress. That is how I'll rationalize it. St. Jesus, I need something to clear my throat. I down the usual handful of pills, trying to push the sun dreary feeling out of my head. Then I prepared to head out to class early, as usual. As I step out of the hallway, I notice Kenji coming around the hallway corner, stealthily making his way over to his room with a large bag. As he sneaks past me, soundlessly like a ninja hiding in plain sight, I call out to him. Hey. He jumps to the sound of my voice. Oh, hey man, didn't notice you there. I'm really tired. It's against more that, like, he didn't see me, but that's not the issue. Where have you been this early? Shopping? Nah, I wasn't shopping. Sometimes I have to visit the math teacher. Yeah, I figured it would be a good idea to find out when the next exam is, since he tells you in advance if you want. So then what's in the bag? I thought I'd go shopping while I was outside, and need supplies to continue the fight against the vast feminist conspiracy. Okay. I thought you didn't go outside. I wear a hat now. I decided not to point out that he's not wearing a hat. An awkward silence settles between us, and you should run the fuck away. And then Kenji breaks it by pushing his door open slowly, releasing a creaky sound into the air that only makes the moment seem more awkward. He sets the bag down inside his room and then closes the door. I'm surprised you went out if you wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not. Okay. I was doing his voice. I'm surprised you went out of your way to find a test date. Trying to take advantage of an opportunity to study is pretty diligent. I never study. Oh. Alright, yep. Not dealing with this. We've already read this before, so. Yep. For a change, I'm not among the first ones to come to the morning class. Instead, almost everyone else seems to be here already. I recognize most of my class by their faces by now, though the names escape me still. Class goes on lazily. I think I'm starting to get into the rhythm of the school. I've even stopped worrying about taking notes and being overtly attentive. The first days, I was pretty high-strung in class. Mattel finishes his lecture about electricity early, but continues without a pause about the festival. So, as you know, the festival is on the day after tomorrow. I hope everyone's projects are going to be successful this year. Have a good time, but also come Sunday, please keep the meaning of this festival in your minds. Games and fried food! Everyone bursts out in laughter, and so do I. Yes, thank you, Mikado. But what I meant was... The remainder of his sentence is buried beneath the bells of the lunch bells, and everyone starts packing their things. Mikado deliberates for a moment, but since nobody seems to pay attention anymore, he gives up and sits down. It's crowded in the hallway, or as crowded as hallways in this school probably get. Most of the students seem to be heading down for the cafeteria. Hey Sal! Oh no, I want lunch with... Yeah, I'm gonna make you a one-time only super extra special lunch offer. Emmy's homemade lunchbox, and the privilege of enjoying them in private with two bombshell beauties. Her over-flirtatious sales pitch echoes in the hallway, a remarkable feat since it's full of people. Emmy strikes a very confident-looking pose, as an attempt to make one of her own ridiculousness, puffing her very modest chest and making the V for victory sign with her hands. Sounds delicious. To what do I owe the honor of being invited? You stood there looking really lost and sad, so I thought you could use some company. That's probably the most depressing reason imaginable. So how about it? You're probably really lonely and would eat that awful cafeteria food all alone. Otherwise, I'm kidding. Sure, I'll have your lunch offer with pleasure. Let's go to the roof. The roof? Why the roof? Because that's where we eat lunch. And if I don't get up there, then she'll probably wander off, and then I just know she'll go hungry because she never packs a lunch for herself. Who will? Come with me. It's Rin. Without answering my question or waiting for a response, she grabs me by the arm and drags me through the hallway. I attempt to make conversation on the way. Why do you have an extra lunch? Emmy smiles guiltily. Actually, it's yesterday's lunch. I slipped in a run at lunch and forgot to eat it. Huh. The stairway to the roof is a little dilapidated. I don't know what that means. But it's clearly been used recently. At the top of the stairs is a door, complete with missing padlock. I wonder who the intrepid individual was that removed the lock. Emmy shoves the door open and steps beaming into the sunlight. Suddenly a tall, dark figure appears